Coach Jimmy here, and I want to talk to you about having a good mindset in the middle of a crisis. Seemed timely to me. So, if you followed me for some time, you know that investing in my mindset every morning is a huge key to my transformation, not only physically, but mentally, professionally, in my relationships. And that's something that I really go by the motto of every morning I have to attack my brain before my brain attacks me. But I'll tell you where I've had to make kind of an adjustment. There for a long time when I was first introduced to personal development and really listening to something uplifting and positive and thinking that spoke life into me, I made maybe the overcorrection of literally just not listening to the news anymore because I heard guru after guru or personal development person after personal development person talking about how most of the time it's just a negative news cycle, and I do agree with that. But I was really convicted lately about amidst kind of what's going on just in the world in general and before we started dealing with a health epidemic globally, that completely taking a blind eye to current events isn't responsible either. And so it really put me in this frustrating situation of how do I stay informed without allowing a negative news cycle or primarily what's a lot of negative news or negative slant on news to not impact my mindset, to not put me in a sense of depression or a downward spiral, especially right now. You know, there's a lot of really daunting news out there, and the fact that everybody is being encouraged to isolate. So these are two things that really can impact us when it comes to depression, anxiety, just putting ourselves in a negative downward spiral. So what do we do about that? So this morning, as I was journaling and going through my normal morning routine that I invest in myself every morning, I was like, well, what's the solution? And this is what I came up with. Be informed. But I'm going to encourage you, number one, do not, and I repeat, do not start your day looking at the latest update. Do not grab your phone and say, I need to read the latest 3 articles on what's going on with right now with this virus. But I'm going to say whatever's going on, there's always going to be something going on in the world. So if you have a cause, if you have something you're really concerned about, no matter how concerned you are about it, I'm going to encourage you, don't start your day that way. Start your day with something that's going to build you up, that's going to allow you to put a positive perspective on something, even if you know you're going to be getting some bad news later. Because those first 5-10 minutes that you're awake is so crucial for how you react to any negative news that comes your way the rest of the day. So number one, start your day with something positive. For me, man, I pop on something like YouTube and I listen to something uplifting, even if it's an older message by, maybe I'm listening to Brendan Burchard, or I'm listening to Tony Robbins or Les Brown or Jim Rohn or Zig Ziglar. Maybe I'm listening to a Stephen Furtick or a T.D. Jakes sermon, something that where you find Mel Robbins is another of my favorites. Somebody that is going to speak life into you, that's going to build you up, that's going to tell you why it's a great day, why you're empowered, why you're more than enough. Get you really ramped and ready for the day, because before we walk into a negative world, and it will always be a primarily negatively dominant world, right? And so what do I need to do to equip myself in my mind before I head into that battle that day? How can I equip myself and protect myself with some armor before I listen to some of the really sobering things that day? So then you're going to go check. Find out what's going on in the world today. Find out what's happening, whether it's a health epidemic, whether it's a war, whether it's people in poverty, whatever it is that you need to check in on that day. But here's the deal I want you to make with yourself, because it's the deal I'm making with me, and I would love for us to partner with this. However long I'm checking in on the world, the updates of the world. So whether that's I'm watching a news program, I'm checking something, I'm watching a video online as I'm scrolling. Maybe it's simply scrolling social media. Maybe it's reading those articles. However long that takes you, I want you to then commit twice as long to something positive, to some kind of personal development. So for me, I'm going to get up and listen to that personal development audio. So maybe I give myself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes to listen to a video, and then 10 minutes to check in on the world. Or maybe I start the day 10 minutes of that personal development where I'm reading a good book, listening to something that's uplifting audio-wise, watching something on social media that's lifting me up, that's speaking life into me. And let's say I go and I spend more time than I had expected to in a negative news cycle and what's going on in the world and finding out, and because it is responsible to stay updated, to know what's going on, right? Your safety, your family's safety, the people that you care about, you want to know about these things. That's responsible. But let's say I found myself down a rabbit hole longer than I expected. The deal you make with yourself is, cool, damn it, I just spent 30 minutes down the rabbit hole of the horrible things that are going on in the world today. Cool. Then you owe yourself an hour of something to lift you back up. You owe yourself an hour of reading that positive book, of watching that positive video, of listening to that podcast or those affirmations, or whatever it is that builds you back up, that gives you hope, that speaks life into you. You owe yourself that. And you're like, Jimmy, that seems like a long time. It is, but you just lost 30 minutes like that without knowing it, going down the rabbit hole of why the world's going to hell in a handbasket. Why can't you make that same commitment double to something positive? And one of two things is either going to happen. You're going to keep your same negative news cycle and you're going to double your positive personal development, or you're going to realize, hey, I need to shorten up these times. There's times to check in on the world and see what's going on, but not necessarily sit in it longer than needed. Listen to me. So be educated, find out what's going on, educate yourself, but don't necessarily wallow in it, sit in it, because we can just continue down this path. I remember when Hurricane Katrina happened and so many people went from New Orleans here to Dallas. And it was that mix of watching the news to see what was going on, but if I could just see it, the people that just sat and watched the news nonstop and the negative images after negative images really found themselves, it's like quicksand, it'll pull you down. So how can you help? What can you do? In that situation, it was like, cool, get informed, go listen to some personal development, something to build you back up, and then go volunteer, go offer something, a help for somebody. So maybe that's the situation. Maybe it's also taking action. It's not just mental, but it's actually putting something into action as well. I just wanted to share what I'm going through right now because I'm sure you're going through the same way, and I want to offer solutions. It's so easy to just see what's going on in the world today, get really negative and bummed about it, and get stuck in that. Specifically right now if you're isolated. So I just want to make sure that you know you're not alone. I'm here anytime. Please message me, leave a comment, send me a message. Let me know how I can help. And just to maybe say hi and just know you have a friend and connection. It stinks right now I needed to be isolated in the world, but how amazing and how thankful are we for technology now more than ever that can keep us connected in an online community. And that the people that I work with, we all plug into an online community on a regular basis. If that's something that can help you, let me know. If you just like to see what my morning routine every day is like, that keeps my mindset in a positive place, even in a negative world, I just encourage you to go to productivebook.com. Productivebook.com. Check it out, and your morning routine doesn't have to be mine, but take a peek at that one. See if there's some ideas on some things you're like, oh, I see where my negative cycle goes, because I do grab my phone first thing in the morning. I'm scrolling social media. I'm plugging into the news of the day. Maybe I'm checking my inbox. It's not that you can't do any of that stuff. It's not that you can't stay informed and check check the things you need to check to feel informed and educated. It's just a few steps, a few simple steps before then that's going to help you not have as much anxiety, not deal with the depression, not find yourself crawling into that dark hole by yourself with just a few simple tips. I'm here for you. You're not alone. We're going to get through this together, one day at a time. I just encourage you to continue to pour into yourself and build yourself up first. Continue to pay that forward to others. We'll get through this. My name is Coach Jimmy. If I can help in any way, please shout out, and I'll talk to you next time.